feel so disheveled. I know this is not normal vlog setup, but today, as I promised yesterday, I'm doing a Q&A, and I thought I might as well just do a kind of a sit-downy one on my vlog camera. My hair looks like a feckin'... Let's just ignore that because it's still half wet from my shower. Oh guys, I woke up today feeling weirdly anxious, and it's not for no reason. I kind of know why it is, but it's not something I'm ready to really talk about yet here. But yeah, like I had this weird fluttery feeling in my chest. You know when you think about something that makes you kind of uncomfortable and you get a weird discomfort? It's like a weird fluttery adrenaline feeling in your chest. I had that all morning, so what we did was, what I always do when I'm anxious, is I go to the cinema with my family. So me, my dad, my brother went to the cinema. I got some sweets, I got some nachos with guacamole, and I just went in, and we actually went to see Vlogmas because it's like about Irish gangsters in America, and I feel like when I watch gangster movies it makes me really appreciate my life. Yeah, then I got back, I had a big bath with a frozen bath bomb, read some of my Peter Pan book, and then I had a shower to wash my hair and stuff. So that's where we're at right now, and I want to sit down and answer some of the questions that you guys sent me on Twitter because I got tons and tons and tons. And before I begin, thank you Michelle who drew this picture and sent it on my Facebook wall yesterday. Look how amazing that is. It's me, my brother, and our family cat Bilbo of like my Vlogmas videos, and I just thought that was so amazing. So thank you very, 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 very much. A question I actually got a lot is, what are some things to do when feeling anxious? My subscriber Amy asked me that a couple of times on Twitter, so I'm going to answer that with like the things that I do when I feel the most anxious is baths, so like pampering myself, you know, painting my nails, doing my body moisturizer, all that kind of stuff, just distracting myself with that. I love going to the cinema or watching films because it just allows me to escape for that little while, and it helps me to kind of calm down in the moment. Music, I always turn to music, and I like a lot of different genres. I love classical music, I love rock, I love 60s, 70s, 80s bands, I love modern, like kind of, you know, Sia and Daft Punk, that kind of dancey music. But yeah, I will turn to that, like movie soundtracks and stuff. Those of you who watched my favorites video will know I'm into the mindful coloring, like mindfulness, and it's like these coloring books that you get in the bookshop, and they have been helping me quite a lot more than I thought they would. I spray lavender oil all over the place, so my bed just reeks of lavender right now, because I just associate that with calm. I'll make sure I'm breathing properly, so I'll just stop everything and focus on my breath for a minute. So make sure I'm breathing really deep breaths into the belly through my nose and then out through my mouth like that, and I'll do that like 10 times to kind of slow myself down. I have stress balls, I'll go for long walks, anything that is claims to help anxiety, I do all of it, and it helps me manage it for the most part. Anxiety is feckin' scary, okay? None of us enjoy it, and a lot of us do struggle with it, and I think it's very tied in with modern life and social media, and you know, it kind of seems to be a lot more common nowadays. But I think that's just because people are talking about it more. I think it's always been quite common, and most of my family have struggled with it and do struggle with it. Most of my friends. Guys, you're not alone, so please don't feel embarrassed about it. I get a lot of messages from people who say they're ashamed to feel anxious and stuff. Please don't. It's a natural reaction that happens in the body. It's like a fight or flight thing that's inbuilt into humans since a long time ago, when they used to be tigers and things that we'd have to fight off. I know that was a bit of a ramble, but let me know if you want me to do an entire video about advice for this, like a structured one, not like this. Kate asked, what was the most painful or worst pimple or spot that you've ever gotten? Okay, I've had this one that I like to call Mount Vesuvius. Cruella de Zit would be a better word, but it basically is one right here, and it's the worst scar that I have. But the same cyst popped up about 20 times since I was about 13 or 14, and I'm now 26, and it always comes to a head and then goes down, and comes to a head and then goes down. It never like pops, except for one time when I forced it to, and I can't even think about it. There was blood, there was pus, it was disgusting. Scottish Tumblr asked, what's your best winter skincare savior? So by winter, if you mean for dry skin, definitely anything that has hyaluronic acid in it. So the Vichy Aqualia Thermal Serum and or the Glam Glow thirsty hydrating face mask. The two of those are just...
Auntie, will you get me my charger, please, quick?
Thank you, brother. Give me that charger. My top 5 YouTubers. Oh my goodness, that's too damn difficult. So many of the people I watch are now my friends. That is just like, ugh. And also my favorite YouTubers kind of change often, so it depends on what I'm in the mood to watch. I'd say right now the people that I'm watching the most would be Anna Sakone, Dodie, Doddle, and her vlog channel Doddle Vloggle. She's... yes, I just love Dodie. I'm loving Zoella's vlogs on More Zoella. I'm loving Meg Says. I love her to bits. I'm so gonna go over 5 right now, but these are just people I've been watching recently. Toby Turner, loving his vlogs. He's been very raw in them and I love that. Sammy Maria is doing Vlogmas. Louise from Sprinkle of Glitter is doing Vlogmas. Everyone who's doing Vlogmas, I'm watching all of them. Minu asks, do I have goals set for next year? And I definitely do. I feel though like I don't want to kind of put a cap on things. Like the way my life is going, every month is so different and like it's just racing and just all these crazy things are happening, and because of my YouTube channel, because of you watching me, it's just kind of opening up all these things. I want to keep making videos. I want to make better videos. I want to make more videos. Obviously moving into London with Riyadh is happening in January, but then I also want to write a book full of advice because I'm talking to like 3 different publishers right now who all want to like publish a book by me, which is like blowing my brain. I'd like to stay single for another few months because I'm quite enjoying it right now, but I'd like to meet someone because I think I prefer being in a relationship, definitely. But goals in terms of like how much money I want to make or how many subscribers I want to get, I don't want to set goals in those kind of areas. I just want to like let everything happen and enjoy my life in the moment. Megan asks, was I ever bullied as a child, and if so, how did I deal with it? Yes, I was bullied so badly. I was always called lanky because I was a really weird, skinny, tall child. I was called Dumbo because I had such big ears in school. I had acne, obviously, as a teenager, but well, as a child, like when I was really small, yeah, I was a tomboy for a few years, and I used to just get called all sorts of names, and I'd get picked on or left out. And how did I deal with it? I didn't deal with it. I just internalized everything and it all came out in the teen years in a bad way. How would I advise children to deal with bullying would be to talk to somebody, absolutely, and to understand that if someone's bullying you or saying anything bad about you, it's because they're unhappy in themselves, they're bored, they're miserable, they're trying to take the attention off themselves. And I know that because I studied psychology in college. Mistakes that I've made but I've learned from. I used to be very jealous person, and I made a lot of mistakes in my first relationship that I learned a lot from, thinking I was always right. No, I'm not. Hiding my feelings has been a recent one. I feel like I try to be real strong because, you know, I feel like, oh, I might as well just be happy all the time and not let my feelings bother me because it's not worth it and there's no point in dwelling and stuff. But I feel like you really do need to own your feelings. If you're feeling sad, angry, anxious, whatever, you need to let it wash over you. And I kind of did that in a situation recently where I was just kind of acting almost robotic, and I regret that now a lot because then it came out in floods of tears for the following couple of months. I'm getting a lot of questions about meetups in the US and England. I'm going to be doing so many meetups in America and in England in 2016 and in Ireland. I promise I'm not going to stop doing little meetups in Ireland. You just have to make sure you follow my Twitter and stick on the notifications so you'll get notified of when I post tweets and things. All you have to do is like click a little button on the top. Hayden asked, best tip for people trying to start a healthier diet or lifestyle. My best tip ever is to write down what you're doing, write down what you're eating, write down what exercise you're doing, because so many of us are not aware how little fruit and vegetables we eat or how little we move our bodies throughout the day. And even if it's not good, like even if you're writing it down every day and you're looking at it at the end of the day and you're like, no, it's still important, because just you need to be aware. You can't change things if you're not aware of them. And then what you can do then is work on adding in healthier stuff rather than just thinking I can't have this, I can't have this. Think about adding in better things, and naturally your body will be able to consume less of the bad things, if you get me. Prioritize 30 minutes of exercise a day because it'll also just make you feel great. even if I'm like not losing weight, when I'm trying to lose weight or anything like that, I'll still do 30 minutes a day, even if it's just a walk, because it's so good for your mental clarity. Jim asks, do you think it's easier for younger YouTubers to become semi-successful than it is middle-aged YouTubers? I definitely think it's easier because a lot more teenagers watch YouTube, and I don't have that big of a teenage audience, so I feel like my channel is quite limited in becoming like a massive channel, and I don't mind that because I love the fact that it's my job right now, and that blows my mind. And even if it stopped being my job, I'd still make videos because I love it. But at the same time, there is definitely middle-aged YouTubers who are doing extremely well, like Casey Neistat, who I mentioned earlier as one of my top 5 YouTubers. What tips do you have for surviving a harsh breakup? Oh my goodness. Cry, watch sad movies, cry, chocolate, cry, meet your friends, talk to new people. Friends again, friends are so important. My friend Hazel actually did a video, and she does these monthly vlogs, but her and her long-term boyfriend broke up. She made a whole vlog where the theme was, you know, breaking up and pulling together with your friends and stuff like that, and it was beautiful. It was her August time of the month, and I can link that in the description box. But she talks a lot about breakups and stuff in that video, and I would echo exactly what she said because I went through that when I was about 20. My last breakup was kind of a long time coming, and we'd already broken up a few times, and it was just kind of, I was just at the point where I was like, I'm not in this anymore. Whereas my first breakup was crippling. So yeah, I've been through that, and it's not nice, but it has to happen to all of us, and you do get to a point then when you grow and you build a thicker skin and you are better capable at dealing with future sadness and issues that are gonna happen in your life, because life is ups and downs, guys. It's peaks and troughs. Shuman Huang asked, can I recommend some Irish novels or songs? Any kinds or genres will be great, thanks. Okay, I absolutely love the Dubliners. They're an Irish group. Luke Kelly is a singer who is just so good. How long does your average daily makeup routine take? It depends on what way I'm doing my makeup, to be honest. Like some days I can do my makeup in like 5 to 10 minutes. Some days I might want to spend half an hour if I'm going on a night out or something like that. But for an average day, I'd say maybe about 15 minutes. Would you ever consider bringing out products or merch? I've been offered a couple of times now about bringing out products like, you know, skincare and pamper products and stuff, but I want to wait until I can do that with a company that I will have a lot of like say in. So say if they're designing something or they're choosing the ingredients and stuff, I would want to have a massive input into that. And the offers that I got were pretty much like, we have this pre-made thing, do you want to just whack your name on it and sell it? And I was like, no. Merchandise, I don't know if people would buy my merchandise, to be honest, because I'm not a musician or a filmmaker or something. Thumbs up if you would buy merchandise, because I'm sure I could design some pretty cute things. Christmas Cracker said, have you ever creeped on my account on Twitter? Because she has my profile picture as her thumbnail. Yes, I have. Anytime people put me in their @handle or as their profile picture, I stalk like a mofo to see who else they like and stuff. Same person asked, are you planning to collab with anyone when you move to London? Maybe Daniel J. Layton, Jack Howard and Hazel Hayes, love you. I'm sure I will. Like, Dan and me have been talking about collabing since we first met at Summer in the City, which is a big YouTuber meetup that you can go to if you want. Me and Hazel have done a few collabs already, so I'm sure we will again. Jack, he does kind of like comedy videos and stuff on both his channels, but I'm sure like in vlogs and things like that. Just follow everyone in the group and you'll see people pop up everywhere. Michael asks, what car do you drive at the moment? I can't drive, just don't remind me of this fact. I'll cry. Ari asked, least favourite Hogwarts house and magic spell. Okay, so well, it would have to be Slytherin, right? For magic spell, what's my least favourite magic spell? I just think they're all great because they're magic. Surely it would have to be the killing curse, right? We talked about this in the vlogs this week. People, killing is wrong. I just wish I could be Snape for a day. I fancy him so much. Okay, have I ever been in love with a woman? I was looking forward to talking to you about this actually, because I found a YouTuber called Connor Manning and he's so good. He's also bisexual like I am. He had an amazing video that opened my eyes and made me think about something I never thought about before, which was that sexual orientation is different from romantic orientation. And I feel like this I don't understand how I overlooked this, because my whole life I've been thinking, I'm so attracted to this girl, I want to kiss this girl, I want to sleep with this girl. But then every time I've been in love so far, it's been with a guy. There's 2 girls right now that I feel like if I dated them for an extended period of time, I could absolutely fall in love with them and be in a relationship with them. So I feel like my romantic orientation leans toward guys, but is open to, like, I would be open to being in love with a woman. But then sexual orientation is very much mixed. I like as many girls most of the time. I actually probably like more girls, to be honest, in that way than I like men. I feel like for me to be very attracted to a man sexually, like, they have to really have a lot of charisma, and I feel like I know more women, I see more women, I meet more women who have that. Like, I love falling in love, and I can't wait to fall in love again. I met somebody who lives in America, and I feel like I could totally fall in love with him if we lived beside each other, but unfortunately it was a very fleeting thing. But yeah, I still quite like him a lot, and I like about 4 or 5 other people. I'm single, and it's nice. I've never been single before. I'm 26 years old. I've never been properly single. Like, I have had little breaks between relationships, obviously, but I was in like 2 long relationships, and it's nice to just kind of spend time with myself, spend time with my family, spend time with my friends, and see what's out there, because there's so many people out there. And if you've gone through something bad, like a bad breakup or anything like that, just know that it's fine. Go away, Fluff. You're gonna meet someone amazing. I know I will, like, I know I will, and you have to know that as well. Don't ever limit yourself. Don't settle for something that isn't making you very happy. Don't ever settle for someone who makes you feel less about yourself or anything like that. Okay, I need to go and sort out my hair because I look ridiculous. Like, it's probably not even that bad, but like, if it feels stiff, it probably doesn't look that bad on camera, but it feels like it's all weirdly stuck together. I think I'm gonna do an entire video about like skincare routine, and an entire video about like new makeup products and all that kind of stuff for my Vlogmases, because I don't want to do all of them to be follow me around vlogs, but you are enjoying them a lot, so I'm really appreciative that you've been watching, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye guys.